What's up, friends? Empress Dannie here, back with another episode of Good Day Grind. You already know I'm pouring you up a nice hot cup. Okay, get that joke popping. Get your day off to a bright and beautiful start. Shall we check in for today's messages? There's something. Okay, forgive me. Actually, I'm literally jumping straight in because getting messages before I even started to do this. There's something significant. Chances are this is someone doing this to you, you're doing this, somebody studying something, okay? And it gives like patterns. This could be like somebody studying your movements. I'm kind of getting some sort of ups and downs. This could even be like ebbs and flows, in and out. There's a big energy around in and out. I don't know, this could, some of y'all, this could be like somebody running in and out of the house. But it just kind of feels like this could even be like vibrational patterns or wavelengths. Okay, somebody is studying. This could even be like trying to learn, right? Whether this is for good reason or not, right? Sometimes this is like, I think about like being around people who um, living in certain neighborhoods. You don't want people knowing, when you in and out, when you leaving out. So some of y'all just be mindful. If you notice kind of like people keeping tabs or keeping up with, this could be when you're in and out of the office, when you leave your house, when you at your, thing. This could be like your habits, stuff like that. I don't think it has to be that way. You could be looking at an industry, looking at the ebbs and flows of life, when things are taking place, paying attention to vibrational patterns, right? Um, of people, of situations. This could be like mood swings, stuff like that. So let's dig deeper and get into this energy. There's something significant about like ebbs and flows, if you will. And this could be like just, you may not even be intending to study, right? Sometimes that's the nature of who you are, where you're just studious, you're observant, right? So you could be learning or picking up on what could be like highs and lows, ebbs and flows, ups and downs, okay? Of anything, right? Vibes, if you will, okay? And this could be like, again, I'm getting a focus around like mood, also around like, creative inspiration within yourself. Some of you, this is like manifestation patterns, okay? Um, I don't know why I kind of get this energy of like weight is being added to something. I don't know why I'm seeing like a paperweight, but it feels like something's being weighted down. And obviously, again, that can be good or bad depending on if it should be or not, right? Some of you, have needed that, right? If you've been, I think about ebbs and flows, if you've been up and down, then this can certainly be something that's coming in one way or another, even just energetically today, that is going to add weight. Um, Elephant, fire ant, and the dolphin. Horse. Look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that horse. Also just heard cleats. Fire, fire, water. Not an airy day, not a lot of communication. Actions speaking louder than words. Let's dig in. Something makes me feel this could be like history repeating itself. Also just heard Longhorn, so something could be significant about the restaurant Longhorn. Um, you could be learning the history of something or someone. I don't know why I'm kind of getting like understanding the ways, okay? This can even be like of a business, right? Again, we talk about ebbs and flow. You could be understanding like the background of something. There's something about the floor. Talk about adding weight, right? I don't know why I'm getting the energy of like what could be some sort of bragging rights I'm picking up on. Something about the light, okay? Um, I don't know why. I feel like something about today, your illumination, your third eye gonna be on fire. This is almost like the energy of like a memory, like a steel trap, but I don't know why I feel like the memory is of things. This is like Akashic Records type memory. Y'all, I realize this is not the standard daily grind. This is something about the start of the day is like Akashic Records, knowing, illumination, ancestral. I remember I learned this before, or I studied this before, or I knew it's something of that nature. Okay, this is more ancestral. It's tribal in nature. So this makes me feel like something that you are doing, you are receiving illumination to do. And let me just say, I feel like whatever it is that you're doing is heavier than you know. Okay? The illumination that you're being given, whatever it is that you are, the weight of your remembrance, I just heard is scholastic. I feel the energy of like some sort of an achievement. I feel the energy of like, yeah, I hear ask about me, ask about me. This feels, it feels like it's very well studied. Something is very like expertise when it comes to this, but this is like you, it's like a memory, like a steel trap. You know what to do. Your expertise is, this is kind of like looking at something or someone and just being divinely guided or led. Um, like this is kind of like pure intuitive fire is what it feel. It feel like the Holy Ghost. Okay, emphasis on ghost. The Holy Ghost. I don't lie. This is really giving a strong like tribe vibe. And when I say that, I mean like 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, and I don't know why I feel this energy. Oof, y'all know I've talked about before that my particular bloodline has been traced back to the tribe of Levi. Now, the Levi or Levites, they were the priests, they were the scholars, they were the ones that studied. They were the ones, and when I say studied, they studied the law. The law was the Bible, was the text. So they studied, they were the magi, they were the magistrates. Um, but for some of you, I don't know if you have ever done that, gone that far back, but this could have something to do with whatever tribe you may have some sort of a link or connection to. You could be tapping into the Akashic of your bloodline that could be connecting you to something that your particular tribe has studied. And again, that can take a number of contexts, right? That don't have to be the Bible. That can literally be, again, we've been talking a lot about ancestry lately. So it can be any aspect of like something that it feels like it's something that perhaps could provide or is a way of living. This could be something that you could teach, um, something that you are drawn to, and it's deep type of energy. It's usually something that compels you, something that you have a desire to do, something that maybe even you're able to do consistently. Okay, the AM starts with whatever that is. Okay, it's being driven, but also this energy of like knowing what to do, being secure in what to do. I understand or I know what I need to do. Something about that is very significant. Man, back again, right? Now, in this, okay, yeah, whatever this is giving you peace. Something makes me feel like this, if it's not for your protection, whatever it is, um, you can sense or you feel somewhat consoled by it, okay? Whatever this is makes you feel better, okay? Gives you some form of peace. It's almost like some things you just do. I know I'll feel better once I do this, okay? Something about the AM is that, and then we're moving into the fire ant, okay? Something, I don't know why I kind of feel like something is drying up. I feel like, again, that depends on obviously context, right? If it's a brook, what I don't want the brook to dry up, right? If it's something, if I think about like, the bleeding, right? I want the bleeding to dry up. There's something about that. I don't know, yeah, the surprise. The cheerfulness card is at the bottom of the deck. Something makes me feel like this is a good thing. You're gonna be happy. It feels like a pleasant surprise that something is drying up. Um, the fire ant is like, again, that fire can be active, right? Kundalini energy, movement, action, but it can also be like speaking to inspiration or motivation. So this is kind of like, I'm no longer inspired, I'm no longer motivated, right? Surprisingly, I have no desire, right? That can be like smoking, right? I don't have the desire to smoke. It can also be like, I'm surprised I actually want to, I have the desire, right? There's something of that nature, right? Like, I'm surprised at how good I feel or like how happy I feel about, again, doing this, how motivated I feel, how much I want to, like, there's something in, again, right? Obviously, we look at this energy pertaining to the self, but see 1313 on the clock. Also, don't be surprised if some others change, right? If you see this in others, and the surprise for you could be like, I'm surprised you want to, right? What you in a, this could be like you in a good mood, right? You're better, like there could be something of that nature. Okay. So we have midday, some sort of surprise, okay? But again, I'm getting the cheerfulness, a happy surprise, okay? Yeah, here it's a celebration, just mazel tov, okay? Cheerfulness, okay? So something makes me feel like, but like going back to this, right? Speaking of tribes, whenever this comes up, right, I need to dig into it. But because we had the scholar card, and we're talking about the Levites who actually were the scholars, right? Obviously, in my case, and this can just be in a general sense, right? This could have to do with, I also just heard scholarship, but it could have to do with something, a situation, a circumstance that you have studied with the scholar. It could be something that you are well informed about. It can even be a person, right? You pay attention, right? This can sometimes be like, I'll say in a relationship, like if you're dating someone, or in general, you can be mindful of their history, the things that they've been through. And sometimes, like I talked about my mom, right? Having it with their house having caught on fire, right? So because I know what she's been through, when she's like, I don't do candles, right? I I know I'm not gonna get her a candle, right? I know how to pacify her, um, so that she's not nervous, right? So I kind of get an energy that is something of that nature that's like, some of you are just studious in this way where I know how to console this, or I know if it's a job, right? And they have an issue in this area, I know I'm secure, I understand the root of the issue, the nature of the problem, right? And so I know how to console or bring peace, whether to a person or a situation or something of that nature. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of get an energy of like being in that situation, and then it's like somebody, a situation happens and somebody pulls a fire alarm, and then when the fire alarm is pulled, it's like, I don't know why I get this energy of like, boom, you're on, but it's like grateful because I'm secure in this situation. I'm good, right? I don't freak out, or you know what I mean? It's almost like I know how to put the fire out, or I know how to, I'm also getting this energy of like demand. Like some of y'all might be in a situation where it's giving like surprised if somebody actually wants to, because everybody else is like, running, scattering. Nobody else wants to do whatever this is, or maybe has the education, or is able to pacify, soothe, or give a peace, perhaps in the way that you are. So I kind of feel an energy that's like, you're glad or you're happy because, I ain't gonna lie, with the surprise card, some of you could be like, there could be something that you're getting, that you're pulling up. I don't know, there could be something significant about pulling up, but it's like whatever this is something that you're getting, but it's because this is like, you pay attention, right? You watch, you study, something about your illumination is heavy, and it gives a peace in certain situations. And something makes me feel like that could be unexpected, but it has like this grounding quality that is like, I don't know why I'm kind of getting like good to be around, good for business. Again, it's almost like when things come up, you put the fire out. That's honestly what it feels like, but it kind of feels like, oh, let's look at this dolphin energy, because dolphin is very like jokey, jovial, clowning around, laughing. It's playing, it's fun in the sun. Like everything about, yo, everything about this card is, dolphin is pink, it's orange, it's yellow, it's it's the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra. There's even a little blue in here that's like, conversation is good. I know things are good. I love the yellow and the pink because I feel really good about myself. I don't know why I'm kind of getting something around like trusting one's judgment, right? Um, Trusting one's judgment. I feel good about this, or I feel good about them. Um, I'm happy, like, I don't know why I kind of get the energy of like, I'm happy I trusted this or them or myself. There's something about that in the evening, is what I feel. And again, if there is whatever this midday energy is, that could be where something is coming again as a surprise. But I don't know why it feels as though whatever that surprise is with the dolphin by the end of the day is, it feels bringing some sort of flow of energy that is grateful, is literally what I'm hearing. Wedding is here. So this is like some sort of commitment, agreement. I'm also getting like this energy of like, I don't know why I feel like you're getting something that you want. This is like, could be someone keeping their commitment, um, demonstrating their faithfulness. You know, a wedding, a marriage is for better or for worse. So this could certainly be something about the commitment is, there's something about the better, right? Faithfulness. I'm happy with the wedding. It's almost like you're faithful or you're committed, or I was faithful or I was committed. There's something of that nature. Let's leave it there. Y'all know we'll check in later in the day. This has gone long enough. Okay. Oh no, maybe something significant about that. This has gone long enough. Right? That just came out at the end. Fire, water, earth on the bottom of the deck. It feels like somewhat of an unexpected day, but it feels like y'all know how this energy be working both ways. And the reason I tell you both is, you know what you've been putting in, so you know what you can expect out. But it's also good to be mindful of what others' experiences may be. And so there's definitely something good coming in today that's like what feels like loyalty in relationships, demonstration of faithfulness, commitment. I'm so happy. Again, this is like, I trusted you, or I agreed with you, or I had a relationship with you, or I partnered. There's something about that that's like, oh my God, I don't know why that's what it feels like. And it feels like I'm so glad I trusted myself, or I remained committed to myself. And sometimes that can be someone else. Sometimes this can be something else. I don't know why I get like, I'm glad I stayed true, or I'm glad I remained faithful. I'm so happy. It's something of that nature. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I'm picking up the energy in some situation of like some sort of an outbreak. So there could be something of that nature where you like, there could be some sort of an outbreak, and whatever this outbreak is, it could be like, ooh, I'm happy, I like, again, this is like, I do what I do, or whatever it is that you do. I also feel like, for some though, I get an energy that's kind of like, it gives like being on punishment. And I just heard measles. So like I said, this could be an outbreak of anything, but I'm kind of getting like some other type of outbreak, or a breakout. But it feels almost like somebody getting laughed at. It feels like somebody getting laughed at because they have to, it's almost this energy of like on punishment. I don't know why I'm kind of getting like something is strict. You have to do this. It feels very rule driven, or you have to sign this agreement, is what it feels. It feels like somebody has no choice but to, it's like, now you have to do this. But whatever this is like, I don't know why I feel like this is coming as a shock to people. This is like surprise, like this is like if somebody's committed, your brook has dried up. It's also like surprise if they thought, or even if you thought that they would always get away with this, or this would nope. Anyway, let's be done, okay? I love you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Join us on Patreon, linked in the description for additional extended messages, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now.